so today's video is going to be the second installment of my pan versus palette series. It's a series where I will compare a single eyeshadow pan versus an already made palette of a bunch of different brands. If you would like to see my previous episode, I did Coastal Scents. It's linked right up there for you. And today's episode is going to be all about Colourpop, which I'm very excited for because Colourpop makes some of my favorite singles that I've ever tried. So the way that I sort of format this is that I will talk about the pans first, the single eyeshadow pans, and I will run down the list of all of the sort of specs, the ounceage, the price, all of that good stuff, and then I'll talk about more of the pigment, the blendability, things like that, and then I will do the same thing with the palette separately, and then I will go ahead and sort of go through each category of price per ounce, bang for your buck, everything like that, and let you guys know which one, the pan or the palette, I think wins each category. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start off with the pans. This little Z palette here is filled with some of my Colourpop singles. So in each single you get 0.053 ounces. They are $5 a pop. For the price, I didn't really know what to tell you guys because when they first launched them, they were $5 each, and then they were on sale for $4, which they still are, but it used to say $5 with a slash through it, and then it said $4, but now there's no $5 anywhere, it just says $4, but at the top of the page, it says that they're on sale for 20% off for a limited time. So I'm just gonna call it $5. So they're about $5, which makes the price per ounce $94.34. They do have different names for each shade. I would say the bang for your buck in terms of quality is absolutely phenomenal. I think these are better than the Coastal Scents singles. With the Coastal Scents singles, they're a little bit more hit and miss. You might get a really good one, you might get one that doesn't blend as well. Colourpop singles, in my opinion, in my experience, are 10s across the board. The pigment is absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they also blend absolutely incredibly. Now for the palette, I'm going to be talking about the Femme Rosa She palette. This was in collaboration with Karruche. I am obsessed with this palette. If you want to see a couple of looks using this palette, I will link it here in the cards. These are my kind of rosy tones. Colourpop also has a Yes Please palette, which is the same price. I believe it's the same amount of product. They're also coming out with a new palette. As I'm filming this, it'll be out tomorrow. So they are starting to crank out these sort of 12 pan palettes. This palette has 0.36 ounces in the entire palette, which makes it 0.03 ounces per eyeshadow. The whole palette costs $16, which makes the price per ounce $44.45. The palette does not have a mirror, and it also does not have a see-through lid. Sort of a bummer that it doesn't have either a mirror or a see-through lid, but I do think that the packaging is still absolutely beautiful. I don't really mind that there's no mirror because that would in turn also make it more expensive. The palette does have shade names. They are on the very back of the palette, and if you are wondering, they don't have the shade names on the actual front of the palette with the eyeshadows. So if I'm talking about this color right here, it's not directly behind it. You can look at the back of it as if you were looking at the front of it. So if you're looking at it this way, second row, second shadow in, second row, second shadow in is gal. Bang for your buck as far as quality goes, bomb, bomb, diggity. I can't tell the difference between the quality in the palette and the quality in the singles. I really cannot tell a difference. So I would say the quality and the bang for your buck is absolutely amazing in the palette. The pigment is also bomb, also unbelievable. And again, they blend absolutely beautifully. So approach to the palette, I would say, is that it already comes all together in a palette for you, whereas for the singles, you need a place to put them. So it does come out to be more expensive. Even if the shadows had the same amount of product, it does come out to be more expensive because you need a palette to store them in. They don't sell their single shades in compacts, they only sell them in pan form, so you gotta have something to put in. Colourpop does sell single palettes, and I highly recommend them. This is the small size. This is a small Z palette, and this is a small Colourpop palette. The Colourpop palette is $7, whereas the Z palette is $14. And you can fit 12 shadows in the Colourpop one, whereas the small Z palette, you can only fit 9. So I highly recommend the Colourpop palettes over Z palettes. So if you wanted to buy enough single eyeshadows to make up the same amount of product that is in the palette, you would have to spend $40, which is about 8 of these single eyeshadows. It's more like 7.2, but you can't buy 2/10 of an eyeshadow, so you'd have to buy 8. and that would make it a little bit more product that's in the palette. And that of course would cost you about 40 bucks to buy 8 single Colourpop eyeshadows, whereas in the palette you get 12 different shades. So it's sort of up to you to decide, do I want more product or do I want more shades? Alright, so here's the gist. Ounce per shadow, of course, goes to the pan. The pan has 0.053 ounces, whereas each shadow in the palette only has 0.03 ounces. And you can tell that in diameter. The eyeshadows in the palette are smaller in diameter. Price per ounce, that goes to the palette hands stinking down at $44.45 per ounce. And for the singles, the price per ounce is like 94 bucks. So you get more product for your money if you go with the palette. As far as bang for your buck in terms of quality goes, as opposed to terms of product ounceness, bang for your buck in terms of quality, they're literally identical. The Colourpop singles for 4 or 5 bucks, they're incredible for how great they are, considering some of the higher end eyeshadows that they'll sell a single pan for 12, 13, 14, maybe like 19 bucks per pan. These are only 4 or 5. So yeah, it may be $94 per ounce, but it takes forever to go through an eyeshadow, and they're only 4 bucks. Even if you did need to repurchase one, it's only $4. And considering the palette has a better price per ounce and the quality is exactly the same, in my experience, in my opinion, is bomb. What I'm trying to say is that they're equal. I think that you cannot go wrong with either or. If Colourpop someday sells a palette that you really like all the colors, it's great bang for your buck. If you prefer to sort of build your own palette, choose your own shades, and get even more product in the process, go for the singles. I say they're equal in pigment, I say they're equal in blendability, I say in quality all around, they're equal. They're both bomb. You just, like I said, have to decide what you prefer. Do you want more product or do you want more shades? And you can be like me and purchase all of everything that Colourpop ever sells, because they're never done cranking out new products. So that's really everything for this episode of Pan versus Palette. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any future videos like mine, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, why am I pressing my lips? There's like no bloopers in that one. That's no fun.